Yo, what up? First, shout out to PSX Gary for the new format. We got the title isn't just Cycle 1 Week 4. I guess I'll put some. I don't know what'll be there, but it'll describe what's in the video. We'll start there. Also, you can watch this ad free on Patreon. And a bit about that. I should have drank. Why am I doing this now? I didn't think I needed it. I should have did the what was it say? Patreon. Bum. I don't know. I could put these videos from Vimeo onto my website, and then you could just watch it that way. But I guess I'm like one. I just want my blog to just be written content, I guess. And then the other thing is having it on Patreon as this channel grows, maybe 10 years from now. It'd be nice to have a, community off of YouTube. Like YouTube's fine now, but, when you get more and more views, you get more and more comments from random people. That being said, all the comments on the Xbox, Death of My Xbox video are all cool, funny. But anyway, yeah, Patreon, sign up there for free. No more ads. I don't want you to have to watch ads. That's that. Let's see. Hold on. Let me time check. 1:43. I'm gonna try to do the time thing. So this will be a little awkward. But then I can also put the thing at the bottom where it's got the time and you go where you want to go. I want to start with what I'm doing with my habits this cycle, and it's kind of interesting to me because I've been doing this 108-day thing for a long time. As you can see, 21 cycles, 7 years. That's crazy, and it's I've gotten better and better and included more and more systems into it, and learned how to do things differently, with the goal kind of being having this kind of being perfect with my habits every 108. That was kind of the thought. The last 108, I did that. I was successful. That's what I basically did. And not only did I do that, the habits I set out to do at the start of the 108, those actual habits got better. Like maybe the goal was to meditate for 6 minutes a day, and I went up to 18 minutes a day. But then I added other stuff too. So my vision at the beginning, it ended stronger, which felt good. I was like, oh wow, never had that before. And I kind of started this 108 with that in mind, but also because I was doing so well with the habits, that wasn't my focus. My focus switched to being therapy, both physical for my hip and mental therapy. Which it's funny. Like I'm a therapy hater in a sense, in that I don't like people. I don't like that people are like, you need therapy. One, there aren't enough therapists. Two, no one can afford it. So like, fuck you. That was a fuck you to not you to people who are like, you need therapy. That being said, if we use the term therapy as opposed to like some kind of the Western sense therapy, and just look at it as I don't know what the root word, but therapeutic, something for healing. And that's what I wanted to do because I have a lot going on upstairs, and I found I'll make a video that's kind of a review of the book No Bad Parts by Richard something. He's the guy that started Internal Family Systems, but I started doing internal family systems on my own just with Gemini, and it was great. But like just after like 4 days, I popped off the white supremacy stuff, snapped on my friend. That's all cool now. And then I went and found a therapist, and yeah, you didn't hear about when I made the video before I went. last week, and last week was really good. That first week was just kind of getting to know each other. Last week, I learned things as I was talking to her, so that was really cool. But I'm bringing all this up in relation to habits because there's this, and I think I talked about attain, maintain in one of these videos, but there was this part of me that was like really good at figuring shit out and keeping me on top of shit. And that part of me basically got me to this point where I could reflect and see that part of me and see these other parts of me. And so, in terms of habits, this 108, I've been fluid with them. I kind of been off them for 3 or 4 days, but doing some of them, and now I'm like transitioning to kind of being on, and I'm trying to figure out this. I'm not going to figure it out inside of this 108. I'll probably do pretty well, but figuring out how to be both. I don't know, structured, having a structure that's flexible as opposed to, kind of my style. And I've relaxed this in many respects, but it always used to be kind of all or none. And it's like, dude, if I can't do my habits and routines the way I want, fuck that, not doing any. So I don't want that. Like, I want to be able to dynamically move between them. And oh, I had an order. Yeah, I guess I'll. Where are we at? Where are we at? Drinking 641. Well, this was listed as number 5 on my list, but it looks like it's gonna be number 2. I don't know what this order is gonna be. Where's number 1? I want to cross it out. There we go. Number 5. Drinking. Drinking. So the last 108, and I guess I see by the order. I'll do my best. Last 108, I didn't drink at all. Like, there's no drinking. And for a lot of it, I was thinking, like, oh, maybe I'm just done with drinking alcohol because it brings nothing positive into my life, which that's not true. But it can definitely bring negative things in, done, in a unthoughtful manner. But last week, I ended up drinking twice with some on 2 different occasions, and people like to drink. So, a friend wanted to hang out, wanted to go to a wine bar. I was like, yeah, cool, let's go. And we ended up having an outstanding conversation. The food was good, the wine was good, it was really good. And again, I don't want to be strict with my habits, where to the point, AA, Alcoholics Anonymous level, which that's a different topic. I don't know a lot about it, whatever. But they're about like abstaining fully from alcohol. And I've been an alcoholic at different points in life. At one point, for sure, like for the OGs, if you remember the 100 or 99 bottles of beer on the wall. Yeah, I actually had 99 bottles of beer to put on the wall. Funny. Um, but yeah, being able to be fluid, like knowing when it makes sense to drink, knowing how much to drink, knowing, like maybe I don't want to drink. I definitely want to. I don't think I want to drink more than twice a week because I also think that's why my habits took a hit because sleep worse, up later, don't get to do the morning stuff. This happens, that happens. But yeah, figuring out that dynamism. Same thing with my another friend. Just wanted to go get food and have a beer, and it was really cool. Went food, had a beer. He was meeting another friend. Went hung out with that friend. It was all cool. It was all good. I guess maybe I'll revisit the other part of habits of 5. Maybe I should circle 5. I'm not done with 5. There's things there to talk about. All right, on to number 2. What do I have here? Where are we at? 926. Okay, 926. There's a lot of things I have here. Jesus, I guess the main thing here. Look at my. Can you see my? How's that coming in? Can you see that? Can you see the wave? Can you see the wave? Can you see the 108 at top? The secret 108 and the wave. Because I'm making this shift into being community focused. um, like the idea with the wave is, to become, well, flowism, to become fluid. Kind of like what I was just talking about with my habits, where they're not rigid. I have like a habit system and philosophy and skills and environment that allows me to be dynamic. Because I will need to be, like, I think over the summer, going back to not drinking, I think what popped that off maybe is when the hypomania started to kick in, and it's like drinking doesn't help that. It only like, so that's a situation where it just makes a, it's not a neutral situation, but it's not bad. Hypomania is like, it's fine, but it's not neutral, and adding alcohol to that makes it bad. So that's a example of dynamically, fluidly shifting and being like, okay, I don't drink right now, and I go to bed at 10. Like, and being able to have that kind of awareness. So that's kind of like the wave, and being fluid, and kind of like the wave idea of, there's a lot of different ideas with the wave. But what I'm, now that I'm like kind of on this community focus, like truly, like that's where my focus is. I I want to, like, now I'm seeing this other thing, and this will like transition into, I think, number three very smoothly. Yes, I'm transitioning into seeing the wave, like me either being a drop as a part of a collective, communal wave, or me being a wave as a part of a communal wave that then becomes a tsunami. And a tsunami not as a destructive force, just as a force that can be used, maybe destructively, maybe to dismantle the systems of oppression. But yeah, so like I just kind of like, I like that, I got the tattoo here, and like now the tattoo is meaning, the meaning has kind of changed as I shifting my focus to community. And then I got, I don't know, I have a couple notes here about hero worship of avatars of white supremacy and capitalism. I don't know what I want to say about that, but just kind of the like, oh, I know what I wanted to say about that. I'm like, why is that there? That doesn't even make sense. Okay, it makes sense now. Like, leaders are important. Like, I'm not saying that uh, there shouldn't be leaders among uh, communities and groups, but like in the West, and kind of like in colonial Western thought, is this like hero, like cult like hero worship too. If you look at like Apple and Steve Jobs, but even like Elon's got like cult followers. Like, actual, there's an actual Elon cult. Like, no one, I'm sure people talk about it that way, but it's true. Like, he's like worshipped. Steve Jobs is worshipped. But then, just on a smaller level, like people like, even if we use Obama, or who's the Virgin Mobile guy, or like this idea of putting your energy, like just Jesus, like the way Jesus is viewed among Christians, as I don't know exactly how Christians view Jesus. If I'm being honest, I've never been Christian. I've never studied Christianity. To be honest, my understanding of Christianity, in some ways, I guess, parallels the understanding of Black people from suburban whites who only experience them. I mean, I've experienced Christianity in a very direct way. I went to a Catholic high school for a year, but my point being is like, this focus on one individual, and then the idea that you want to embody what this one individual has. Not everybody wants to do this, but like people read about Steve Jobs or Elon Musk or Bill Gates or Warren Buffett, and they're like, how can I mimic what they do to be powerful, to grow my business, to whatever. People look to people like that, and I have this, the white supremacy thing is just in there because that's just on my mind constantly now. Um, but like I guess I should have put patriarchal white supremacy and capitalism, just in that, you know, people aspire to be so many different people inside of these frameworks. And I wrote that down because there's a community dynamic that is much more powerful than that dynamic, that doesn't like it. There's no version of what I'm talking about really in any media, whether it's video games or video games are all about being like I saw a video called the impossible white man trope, but like that's what video games are. I'm playing the Jedi Survivors. Is that the second Jedi game? And that's what you're an impossible white guy in that video, in that game. Even even Hollow Knight Silk Song. It's not a white guy, but you play as this character that can just do and be and destroy everything, because the lore in most video games, the Jedi game I'm playing, all video games that have death, um, usually, sometimes death is made as a mechanic in the game somehow. I'm trying to think. I mean, death is always a mechanic in video games, but like where death is a part of the lore. But usually the lore of the game is that you actually don't die. Like you never like in the when I beat Jedi Survivor, the actual lore of the game is that I never died. I did everything perfectly. And I'm getting off topic from community, but these more powerful communal structures they're more powerful for you 100%. Like if you and your boys, and you find more boys and girls, and you get on the same page and you work collectively towards something, even if it's just working together to keep you all healthy. It's There's a more powerful framework than the worshiping leaders and leadership, and then being at the mercy of leaders and leadership. It's funny, I didn't even think of Donald Trump the whole time, but like, yeah, there's clearly a cult in hero worship with Trump, the hero worship with Charlie Kirk, oh, there's these people that are doing all the big league good. But yeah, anyway, like I just brought that up because the tsunami, like what would be a good opposite thing from a tsunami, like where I'm thinking about it collectively versus this hero worship thing. Maybe I shouldn't try to figure it out real time. But can I just pull that out? Do I just have this like available somewhere? Let me see. I think I see it. Is this it? Is this it? Is this my bam? Bam! It is just there for me. It is just there for me to pull out. Well, like the whole pyramid structure, and it's funny that this was a good idea at the time, but it lacked the communal idea. But I guess I'll share this. Like I'm just you are do I need to do a timestamp for this? Let's do another timestamp. I don't know what timestamp this is. 18 what? 45. 1845 pyramids. 45. We'll step away from just this is a side quest, but like everyone's programmed to believe that they are a part of the 99% with a ruling 1%. And you see this in government, in business. I mean, this is connected to the hero worship of the 1%, and you see the hero worship of the 1% like everywhere. Whether it's your favorite musician, your favorite artist, your favorite basketball player, your favorite sports, your favorite like all these people, you're like worshiping the 1% of the 1% of the community of people that are doing said activity. Anyway, I'm not saying that's bad. I'm just saying that these are the conceptual, and then people see themselves as being like not even up there near the 1%, but like near the bottom. Oh yeah, there I even wrote you. That is you near the bottom, sucker. But Then my other thing here, the point there, which is maybe hard to see, but the basic idea there is that there are no pyramids, and you are at the center of a circle that is you. But like the programming that puts you into pyramids, these conceptual pyramids, like takes away a lot of agency from the power that you have just as an individual. Like, so that was just me just talking as an individual. The agency and power you have is taken away from you, from like, yeah, um, hero leadership worship. When you should, not that you should be worshiping yourself, but in a not worshiping yourself. I mean, maybe better yourself than some other thing. I don't know. So I had that there, and what I have, oh, I had this other thing, and I don't know. Do I put a timestamp on this? Like, cause now I got, dude, that was nine. I went off like that for 9 minutes. Jesus, man, this timestamp shit's fucking me up. All right, let me put a little arrow here, and then let me circle this, and where are we at now? 21, 21, 26. All right. I know. If there's a lot of people watching, somebody can just do this in the comments. I've seen that before. Um, but uh, the collective always being smarter than the individual. And I think this is generally speaking true. The collective is always smarter than the individual, and this is where like we worship these individuals. Steve Jobs. Elon Musk. We worship these individuals and see them as being something extremely unique and special because of their enhanced brain capabilities. And that's false on a number of levels. I mean, the whole system is designed to serve white men, right? Like the whole system, the whole system is designed to serve white men, and on top of that, it's designed to serve a specific brand of white men. Men that can navigate the systems that these men created. And these systems were designed to oppress and control not just black people, although anti-blackness is a huge component, but suppress poor people too. Just poor. These systems are designed to control and suppress. So so what you see at the top of these systems aren't the smartest people in the world. They were the ones that had the right. They are smart. I'm not calling them stupid, but they had the right circumstances along with the brain to function in a. This system is dysfunctional. There's a reason. Like, I don't want to participate in this system. My whole life I've worked to avoid being in this system. I've been trying to be retired. Like, who has 20 minutes to talk to YouTube? A lot of people do. A lot of people could talk to YouTube for 20 minutes. But what I'm saying is, like, I've worked really hard to like navigate in the cracks of this system because I saw, how garbage it was. But I have the capability to do stuff in the system the way the system works, but I don't like the results of the system. Like, the system doesn't serve. It's not serving people. So the point I was making about the collective being smarter or stronger than the individual and functioning better, the reason you don't see that is because they've designed a whole system to suppress collective organization and collective power. Collectives accumulating real power. The system is designed to destroy that. It's designed to snuff that out. It's designed to shut that down. So then when you see and it's designed for individual white men. Don't get me wrong, women figure out how to do it. Black women figure out how to do it. Black men figure out how to do it. They have some extra disadvantages, but they're playing inside of a system designed by and for white men, and like collective. I'm just saying collective intelligence, and we don't even know like the kind of a collective intelligence I'm talking about. I don't like using they make the Borg seem like bad. I don't watch Star Trek. I don't really know Star Trek lore. I know about the Borg, but I'm thinking of almost like the Borg, but you're still an individual, but you're able to like share and think together rapidly, um, and yeah, in a coordinated fashion. That kind of thought is going to beat the thought of an individual every time if it's structured properly, if it's organized properly. But we're not taught. We're not taught to do that. Like the systems aren't designed for that. The systems are designed for you to basically be a basic white dude, like whatever color you are, whatever gender you are. Everything you do is you being a white dude trying to do white dude shit. Like that's all over the world. Like that's what it is. You're just a white dude trying to do white dude shit. Like like essentially, right? You're in a job trying to earn money. And have a nuclear family, husband, wife, kids, house, that you do on your own, and no one helps each other because you do it on your own, and then you become a manager. Hey, now you're a higher level basic white dude, and you keep, oh, look at me, I'm CEO white dude. Like the whole culture, the whole everything is. I feel like that's enough of that. Let's see what else we got. What else we got here? What else we got? We got number 4. Where's number 3? There's number 2. Where'd number 3 go? Oh, number 3's way down here. This video's never gonna end, guys. I'm sorry. This video's never gonna end. I have a friend staying over. They just woke up. Hello, friend. Are you awake? I think they're awake. I didn't want to say their name. Video's not gonna end. I was just gonna mention. I think it was after therapy. I had a like a 5-way conversation with myself inside of internal family systems, and it was really dope. Oh, I think it was the day after therapy. And now I'm like, do I need to make an internal family systems video once a week to recap the work I've done? that actually might not be a bad idea. But I'll I'll just I'll just mention there's Kid Casey, there's Hermit Casey. I uncovered a savior Casey that's like, I gotta save the world. Only I can do it. And like I'm seeing like anyway, there's like this conversation in Google Docs where I'm just going back and forth with myself. I just wanted to mention that. I just like, yeah, let's move on. I didn't even timestamp that. Let's move on to here. Where are we at? 2850. Jesus Christ. Oh, that was 4. Okay, yeah. Let's okay. Let's just cross out 4. Let's go to 3. 29. Beautiful. All right. This is like, okay, all right. There's number 5, and there's 6. All right. I'll wrap this up. I mean, because number 3 really needs like I actually am gonna make a whole. I was gonna make a video about it last week, but I have to figure out my Vimeo, what account type I'm gonna sign up for, whatever. But just this revolutionary habits idea, and I put this after the white supremacy, individual, whatever, fucking wave shit, because I really think like it's the antidote to the the poison. I guess antidotes is for poison, right? The poison of white supremacy, capitalism, colonialism, neocolonialism, imperialism, patriarchy. And I think it's the so I have this written down, and I'll say this: something that these systems do, these white man systems do, is they make you sick, they make you have bad habits. They don't they don't provide clean, healthy food for you. They don't provide the means for you to exercise and take care of yourself. They don't provide a community for you. Um, I'll like church is its own thing, but generally speaking, they don't it doesn't provide these things for you. And then I guess I can comment on church here. So it's a again, I think I said this in another video. It's a system that's hostile to your humanity. All these mental illness and health issues. So it's hostile to your health and mental health, your physical health and mental health. But then what they do is they blame you, the individual. So they make a sick system. You get sick, and then they blame you for being sick, and it's your job on your own to heal yourself. And not only does the system tell you that, all the people in the system tell you that that's your job to heal yourself. And if you can't do it, you're a failure. So that the whole system, yeah, the whole system is like corrupt and bad. And like the idea, I'll save all of it, most of it for this revolutionary habits video. But the idea with revolutionary habits is, I'll just make it quick. It's kind of mastering the habit game for yourself, and while you're mastering it for yourself, sharing it with others at the individual level, because they speak individual. So they're like, oh, I got to do the habits on my own. But then, like, as you share it with more people, some of those people start doing the habits together now. So now the revolutionary habits, like, they're working on the habits together. And then this together becomes like another individual that shares it to other groups or individuals, but those individuals make groups, and those groups make bigger groups. And at the base level, where it's like you're not being Casey and thinking about totally totally toppling these oppressive systems, and you're just like, dude, I'm just trying to have a good life for me and my friends and my family. But at that level, if you just do it at that level, you can create, like a force field that protects you from the onslaught of capitalist oppression. But you're only like I, as far as I can tell, you're only going to be able to do that by actually seeing that it's white supremacy, patriarchy, capitalism, and colonialism that are attacking you. So if you believe in any of these models as being healthy and the best path forward, and people, I'm not saying people aren't having a good time in these systems and that people don't figure it out, but the majority of people, I don't think, are having the best time in these systems. And the solution, I have to go do capitalist stuff. We all got to do that, but is to see that you're, when you're out there doing capitalist stuff, you're in enemy territory. and again, you're working to collect resources and everything communally. The line I keep thinking is that to get back to your nature, like being a natural human, it's like to be relaxed and it's like unnatural, because there's unnatural forces attacking us. So the revolutionary habits, I'll get to that later. I guess I've hopped off about. I'll throw this in. This part is just for me. 30, 30. is that 36, 34? All right, all right. I'm like, dude. I'm like, dude. Just real quick for me, I have a friend. I have my Tai Chi Taoism teacher. He's getting older. Someone else is working on the website. That person said, "Does anyone want to be on the website?" I was like, "Yeah, put me on the website." And they're like, well, no, because you don't do Tai Chi the right way." And I snapped, and I snapped about white supremacy. And the reason I snapped about white supremacy for future me and you, is that it's like I haven't been afforded the luxury to, you know, study Tai Chi um, the way others have been able to. And also, I'm not studying like white people, I'm approaching Tai Chi and Taoism actually from a very, very martial standpoint, like war, martial arts standpoint. But the battle, the war, like it's funny now. People are in the U.S. thinking about civil war. I've been thinking about that since forever. Probably just lots of black people have been thinking about that since forever. It is just like white liberals, like, oh my God, we're at war. But it's like, come on, bro, like calm down. Anyway, I'm studying Tai Chi for my health, but not just for my health, not just to have some cool Asian thing. I saw it as something, as a tool I could use as a part of the revolution. And the way I practice and the way I teach is going to be as a tool that's useful for revolution. And, to have this white dude tell me I'm doing something wrong or I don't teach the right way. Now, if Master Wong tells me that, that's fine. But not the white dude. So I popped off on that. We called, things are all right. And then yeah, here we go, right near the end here. I'm so confused. What does this mean? I wrote my notes are bad. I have no idea what that means. PYM? The fuck does that mean? Well, whatever. I'll try to figure it out. 37:30. Man, I'm making 40-minute videos now. My video's so long. I'm gonna just hold on a second. Oh, wait. I think I can hit pause, dude. Let me try this. Look at that technology. I'm like, a part of me is thinking of like recording. They're so long, dude. They're so long. Like I bought this podcast thing. I only did a few. It's pretty dope though. I kind of, oh, this reminds me, this is good. I'm glad this happened because I want to do, I think I might have to buy an attachment for that. I don't know. But I want to start calling my dad and recording shit he has to say. I guess, I mean, this whole thing is, all these videos are for me. But like I talked to my mom the other day, and I'm talking to my dad and his revolutionary shit. And my mom's like, "Yeah, I don't think you really did that before you got together with me." But I have a podcast episode with my dad. That'll be the first thing I upload. I gotta start. I'm in no rush to podcast, but in it he mentioned getting flyers, um, Black Panther, Black Panther, Black Panther Party, the Black Panther Party, a flyer when he was 16 or 17 when he was in St. Louis, and he started doing shit then. But then it's like weird. What I'm saying is weird. Like, so my mom didn't know that story. I was talking to her. She didn't know that story. And then someone else told me about other stories about my dad doing stuff earlier. And I the history of the Black Panther Party, I'm gonna read more books and stuff on it now, and just like that period of time. But it's not like there's not like clean lines about whether you were in it or not. Well, I mean, yeah, it's just interesting. I want to talk to him and get more information from him, just to kind of understand his history and the history of that time, because he was active. at that time, and yeah, I just want to understand that better. But I was thinking like, oh man, I could these long ass fucking 40-minute episodes. I could talk into a microphone and have it. I ain't doing no shit where I'm talking into this and fucking putting it on the video with my fucking camera and my jank ass stand here. That shit ain't gonna happen. But there could be a better audio version of this that isn't my camera speaker. And to wrap up, a friend moved to Taiwan, got here the other day, had a great meeting with a friend that we're meeting up once every week or 2 weeks and talking about revolutionary stuff and habits and whatever. That's been great. And I took my mountain. I got the djembe. I took it up the mountain. I've been wanting to. I'm going to do it now. Once, and this is kind of okay. This kind of goes towards my dynamic habits in that. This kind of goes towards my dynamic habits in that I've been wanting to make taking my drum up to the mountain a habit. But if I had been sticking more, like I want to do that weekly at minimum, once a week, take the drum up there and blah, 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 blah. But had I been more rigid, that day I didn't have time to take the drum up. I had to do my other habits. So yeah, having that flexibility, because there's a lot of things I want to do, a lot of things you want to do, and you just need to have that flexibility to, yeah, dynamically respond to the situation. And finally, I will just end with talking about indigenous time and really exercising. I really implore you to indigenous time, God's time. And then when I say indigenous time, like it's not like all indigenous cultures had the same view of time. Some cultures had no concept of time. Some cultures saw the past as being the future because it's leading you, it's what's guiding your every move. There's some cultures that see it all, there's no past, present, or future. It's all, collapsed. People talk about the now, but like anytime people talk about that stuff in the West, you're talking about doing it for yourself, versus there's the whole culture is moving like that, and I just want to talk about how important it is. I feel to start, exercising indigenous time whenever possible, because there's a whole rhythm of life and the universe that gets obscured by being beholden to the clock. And then, back to what I'm saying about the whole world has been designed to serve white men. I don't know how far back it goes where it's like specifically white men, because I know not all people were categorized as white inside of the US, even. And I know, like I guess we could say instead of just white men, if we made it more global, like using the pyramidic men, like I guess the pyramids kind of had that going on, why it's a good example. But like the let's just say we'll take race out of it, but all the systems of oppression and control, time is one of those systems. It's designed to oppress and control. You can use it in ways, in unoppressive ways for sure, but it's mostly designed to oppress and control. I mean, like, dude, just think about. I didn't. I'm on indigenous time now. I guess I don't. I don't. I'm not. No more time. No more time stamps. No more time stamps. I'm just going off for a minute about time. I almost want like maybe the end of all my videos. I'm just gonna like fucking pop off about whatever's on my mind about time. But dude, just think about. Like I have my own calendar that I've designed, that's basically built around like 12-day weeks, um, 12-day weeks fit into the calendar well. They fit into the 108 well. That'd be 9 12-day weeks for the 108. It'd be 10 12-day weeks for a whole cycle. You got 5 weeks left over that you can just tack on at the end. But how much different would it be if you worked 6 days on, 6 days off, something like that? Or there's so many different ways to configure time. And the thing that popped me off right at the start was that idea that, dude, everybody going to work and waking up at like 7, 8. Now, if you have a great evening routine, great. And you wake up, great. But I think a lot of people like to stay up late because they're stressed out from work and they're trying to decompress and they don't get enough sleep, and then they go to work and they're up early and they got to work, and then they don't. I was about to call everybody a slave, but like, people are really enslaved by these systems. It's not the same thing as slavery, where there was legal ownership over the bodies of other humans. But what they've done is created systemic ownership over your mind and time. And time just plays a huge role in that. Like with the 7-day week with 2 days off, fucking the months don't even make sense. Like July is Julius. The fuck is June stand for? I forgot. But October and Sep is 7, but it's on the 9th month. Oc is 10, but it's on the 10th. Dec is 10, but it's on the 12th month. Like, it's trash. It's all trash. I'll stop. There we go. Longest. I think this is that's not my longest video ever. I think I did a really long manic video that I had to make private. Maybe I'll unprivate that one day.